Can you believe that just a few weeks away, the 2006 Summer Olympics are going to begin? I am so excited, and I know you are too. We gathered together over 200 nations, and they will be meeting in one of our neighboring countries to the south, Brazil. I have favorite parts to this wonderful 16-day celebration that begins on August 5th and will end on August 21st. And one of my most favorite is the very beginning ceremony, which is the Parade of Nations. And if you've ever had the pleasure to watch this, you know what I'm talking about. It is protocol that the country of Greece goes first. And that is because, of course, going back our history, they were the ones that started this wonderful event where we emphasize more our likenesses rather than our differences in this huge sporting event. And if you can recall, as I recall, and so vividly in my mind, these nations start marching in their delegations with Greece leading. And they come in with their huge signs saying the name of the country. And then they also have their flag, and their flag that is waving proudly in the air. And these people that have spent years and years preparing for this moment, they have finally accomplished this goal. And I can't imagine the blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into this amazing accomplishment. And I love watching these people that are just jumping with joy, and you can almost feel it coming through the television screen. And they're laughing, and they're dancing, and they're jumping, and they're waving to the thousands of fans, and the thousands of fans that are, not thousands, but millions of fans watching them at home at the TV. Marvelous, marvelous excitement. It is rumored, it has not been finalized yet, that after Greece usually comes the 200 nations alphabetically, with obviously the United States being one of the last. But the rumor is that there is a small group, it's a group of 10 people that are going to follow Greece, and that is the ROA, the Refugee Olympic Athletes. This is a group of 10 refugees that have never performed at the Olympics, but have been created to perform at this particular event. These people are there because the president of the International Olympic Committee said in March, it was just a little small blurb in the newspaper, that we need to recognize this problem, this international problem of over 200 million, 20 million folks that are homeless. And I don't know if this is a word, but they're not just homeless, but they don't have a country. And they've been forced out of their country because they fear persecution, or they have been persecuted. And because of this fear, they cannot go back to their country. And they're persecuted because of one of 5 reasons. And the 5 reasons is because of their race, because of their religion, because of their nationality, because of their political opinions, or because of social organizations that they belong to. And so these 10 people, they are persecuted people. And they have been wandering throughout the world, many of them in refugee camps that are unfit for human beings. How were these 10 people chosen? Well, the president of the International Olympics Organization, who made this announcement in March, said that we will accept any person who applies, but first of all, they must be a refugee. They must fit that description. And then because of their athletic ability, we will choose probably 10 to 12 people. And that's the number that have been chosen, 10 people. And who these 10 people are, they're from various countries. There are 6 men and 4 women. And the 6 men, 5 of them are from South Sudan. and they're all runners. And they're now living in refugee camps in Kenya, and that's where they've been training. The other man is from Ethiopia, and he again is a marathon runner, and he will be participating. So that are the 6 men. And then there are the 4 women. 2 are from Syria, and they are swimmers, and they are refugees. They are now living in Berlin, but they've had a long road for how they got there. And then we have 2 women from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and they are martial art people, and they will be performing in the judo area. So those are the 10 that will be at the Olympics representing this new area, this refugee Olympic athletes. They all have interesting stories, and if you go online, you can read the stories on these 10 folks. And I wanted to just share with you the story of one of them. And one of them is a swimmer from Syria. And she and her sister came by a long way to where they are now in Berlin. And they were, she was a gifted swimmer. Her name is Yursa Mardini, Mardini. And they came from Syria to Lebanon to Turkey to Greece, and then ended up going by railroad across Eastern Europe and finally ended up in Germany. And when she was there, she helped save people as they were crossing the ocean. And she has said, I'm going to the Olympics to be a swimmer and to win a gold medal. But I'm not only going there for myself, but I'm going for the 20 million other refugees. And I hope to win a gold medal. And even if she doesn't win that gold medal, and this is my representation of a gold medal, she says, I will have been a winner, that I have been able to show up. I will be cheering for these 10 people as I will for the team, the United States of America.